Okay, so I have now used my iPhone XS Max for 6 months, and I must say that the phone still feels as new, as brand new actually, and I haven't scratched it or anything and so on. It is like in mint condition, so that's nice. But one problem I have had is that for some reason, I don't think you can see that maybe on this video, but you can see some kind of line there in the display on the front, and I can't even clean that off. So I don't know if that's a scratch or what it is. I don't know, because I have only have this phone in my pocket and so on. So I think it's strange that I can get such a scratch over the display. I have never dropped it. I have it in my pocket and all thing, and the pocket I use has never had anything else than this phone, so I can't have scratched the phone. So I don't know what that is. Maybe I can clean that off with some kind of cleaning fluid or something. I don't know. It's very hard to do with, for example, a cloth. I can't get it off with a cloth, but I don't know. But that is the only thing that I have seen that is not as mint condition, if you know what I mean. But otherwise, I think this phone is awesome because it's the fastest phone I have ever used. It has so high performance, this phone, and it looks really good, and it feels good in your hand, very thin and light actually, so I really like that. And everything works great. I can video edit 4K 60 FPS, for example, on this phone. My computers can't do that without lagging, but this phone can really easy edit full 4K, ultra 4K video with 60 frames per second without problem. So I really like that. I'm very happy with this phone, and as I said, it has worked really good since I bought it, and I will never regret that I switched back to iPhone from Android, because now I have full privacy and so on. I have got rid of Google, mostly of Google. I will still use YouTube, of course, and my website swartling.net. That is the two things I use Google for. So the rest is full privacy on this phone. I really like that. All in all, I'm very happy. The next time I will buy an iPhone is probably in 2 years, maybe 1 year. But I will use this phone for at least 2 years, because it's very expensive, and I don't need to upgrade every year, because this is so fast and has so good performance, so it's not necessary to upgrade every year. So at least 2 years I will use this phone. So maybe the next time I will buy an iPhone, it will have a very good battery life and all that. But the battery life in this phone is very good too. But I can't say how good, because I use wireless charging wherever I am. So every time I'm here in the studio, for example, I have it on my wireless chargers. When at the office, I have it on the wireless chargers. In the car, I have it on the wireless chargers, and so on. So I have never emptied the battery in this phone actually, because it's impossible for me, because I always have wireless charging. So I don't know really how good the battery life is, but it's more than enough, because it hardly goes down from 100%. So I like the battery life a lot on this phone. Another thing that I regret when buying this is that I choose the 64GB version, because the iPhone XS Max is so expensive. And I have already used 32GB of the storage, so half the storage left, and I have, as I said, 2 years still, maybe I will use this phone. So that could be a problem later on, because the storage will eventually not be enough. So I have to solve that by doing some stuff maybe with my file server and sync files through the file server and so on. Fortunately, we have good apps like File Browser Go for iOS that you can sync files from the iPhone to the computer seamlessly every time you come home and connect to your Wi-Fi network. You can sync all the files on the phone to your computer, so you can delete them on the phone if you want. So that's really nifty. So I use the File Browser Go to sync most of my files on the phone. But the more I use the phone, the more I want to have my files with me wherever I go. So that's why I think 64 GB can be too little storage for me personally. But we will see later on. So that's about it. After 6 months of use, the iPhone XS Max feels like mint condition. Still feels so fast, so incredibly fast. So I'm very, very happy with this one. Okay, bye.